Alright, so one of my subscribers, one of my lovely subscribers, OldeDhampry? Dhampry? Sorry, not good at pronouncing names. Yeah, I'll put his name somewhere, probably in the title of the video. Basically asked me to watch this video called Cases in Material is Really Clever, which is actually a video response to a video response, but quintessentially it's talking about Atheism Plus. Frankly, number one, I haven't really done the research on Atheism Plus per se, but from what I've seen of it, what I hear of it, it's a good idea in principle, but I don't really see a point in mixing my non-belief in a deity with my other politics. Yeah. Well, to link them so strongly, let's put it that way. Because my non-belief in a deity does affect my politics. In some ways. It's kind of tangled, I'll try to explain it. Okay, so as many of you know, how I finally discovered that I was an atheist. Through lots of thought, lots of talking to people of different walks of life, different religions and so forth, and just finally realizing that that wall that had been my faith, my thought of a spiritual realm, was not there anymore. Plain and simple. But furthermore, because I don't take a viewpoint based on there is an imaginary friend, that does to some degree affect my politics. I mean, yeah, even before I realized that I was an atheist, I believed that creationism had no place in schools outside of maybe a philosophy or a religion classroom. You teach science in a science classroom. LGBT rights, of course, hello. Gender equality, not just women's rights. Gender equality rights. The idea that a woman can have a career and a kid. The idea that a man can be a stay-at-home dad. And that working to educate, inform, and cultivate people so that they don't engage in rape, be it man on woman, woman on man, woman on woman, or man on man rape. To educate, inform, and just, create a better culture so that rape is decreased, because it's seen as a major social no-no, that safe, consensual, sober is always in place when two or more people decide to engage in adult activity. I guess to some degree I see Atheism Plus as to what I see, or what was shoved in my face that third wave feminism was. That, oh, well, we as insert group here support all these things, but we also have this base belief. But the thing is that you can still hold any base belief that you want, but support a bunch of other things. You know what? I do define myself as an atheist, but that's just one of the words that I use to describe myself. For quite a long time, the first word I would use to describe myself was queer, or LGBT. No, yeah, that's certainly one of the first words, certainly one of my top 10 words that I use to describe myself, as well as atheist. But that's because that gives somebody else an overall perspective, or when you use a word to describe yourself, that word is automatically linked to other certain ideas. And because we cannot, psychologically just beam who we are into somebody else's mind, we use words to describe ourselves, and words have, number one, their meaning, number two, other ideas that are constructed with it, or that are tied to it. Atheist. Lack of belief in a deity, lack of belief in any deity. To some people, it might mean, oh, they believe in a bad thing, and they're going to a bad place when they die. To other people, it simply means, hey, this person does not have significant evidence for the belief in any spiritual being, let alone the spiritual being of one group or another. technically it's the default position. It's the null hypothesis. There's not enough evidence to support anything else, therefore we must stick with what we know, and we know there's no deity to our current evidence. So, I think that kind of describes how I stand on Atheism Plus. I'm an atheist, and I believe in a lot of the things that Atheism Plus does, but I don't really see a point of linking it to all that stuff. Just like I consider myself to be a progressive individual. I don't need to take on the word like feminist to say, well, I support all these things. Because, well, individuals who are of that mindset generally do support a lot of those other things without having to perhaps state it as bluntly, or... Okay. When it comes down to it, I'd rather describe myself in all those other words, not just in one word. Because, number one, a lot of people don't know what Atheism Plus is. Number two, by saying, okay, yeah, you know what? I'm an atheist. I'm gay. I'm gender creative, gender queer to some degree. I support freedom and equality of all genders. I support eco-awareness. I support treating people with respect. I support the BDSM community, as in I support safe, sober, consensual, and well-communicated adult relations between individuals. I guess from my perspective, by using more words rather than fewer words, you're able to more effectively communicate those thoughts, ideas of how you ascribe yourself, as how you feel and how you think. Because I'd almost say that there's so many people trying to collapse a lot of ideas into single words that it's just almost giving us way too many words. And, okay, you walk down the street, average Joe, either average Joe American or average Joe somewhere else. You say, oh, well, I'm an atheist plus. They're going to look at you and say, an atheist plus what? So, those are my 2 cents on Atheism Plus. And, OldeDhampry, I hope I was able to answer your question. Peace out.